everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the farm. You good, dude? Anyways, we got some major work to do. As you saw in the last video, we got quite a bit of fence done and we got to continue that today. Hello, gato. Anyways, we have got quite a bit going on and quite a bit to do. Let's go over that a little bit. So we have really 3 or 4 major projects still to happen on this fence. First off, we need to finish the top rail. Where we ended up in the last video is we were almost done with all the top rail of the existing fence that we had. We'll get that done here in just a second. And then we have to do a little bit of planning. You know, we're gonna spray paint some markings for where post goes and set up a string line for our new additions of fence. So like I mentioned in the planning video, which I'll also link down in the description below, we have some fence to build between the shop and the house. And then we also have some fence to build between the house and the outside fence. And then we also have some gates to build. A couple more videos I want to link down in the description below is part 1 and 2 of this series. Part 1 obviously being all the footage that I lost and trying to just salvage a video. Part 2 was all of the rest of the fence that we've built up to this point. And then we also have to worry about the stretch of fence that runs down our driveway. I know in the past I said that we're gonna do a pipe and top rail on that, but the thing about a farm is sometimes you just have to be efficient. I looked at the numbers, I looked at how much it would cost to buy all the materials for that, and it is so much more cost effective to just run T-posts for now and stretch barbed wire. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna save some money in that, and that goes into our cattle fund. So we can end up getting some cows out here. I'm gonna save you all of the theatrics of getting the truck hooked up to the trailer, and we'll just go ahead and head on out there to the front section. We'll see you there. We are cruising right along. It is a little drier today. There was a couple times where the ground really caught up, which is good because I'm done officially with our fence. I hope you didn't see how crooked that was because a lot of these posts have been sitting in the ground for 2 or 3 years and they do need an adjustment. So I'll end up putting a couple temporary supports in there just to kind of straighten it up until the ground gets wet again, and then they should set pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and set some string line and start marking some holes for our fence. So the first stretch of fence that we have to build is from the house to a corner and then over to the shop. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the string line around this piece of rebar that I set here, and this will help us get a good straight line. I eyeball everything. I know a lot of people like to measure and do a bunch of stuff, but other than the general square of the fence, I just eyeball it. next string that we need to set is from our corner piece on the other side of the house to one of our fixed pieces over there, so that we can run a string line here, figure out where we're going to put our next hole. This is going to be our man gate. The last piece is going to be from our corner to the house. I'm going to do a little bit of math here just to make sure we're as square as possible on the house. And of course, the last piece of this puzzle, from our existing fence down to our gate. We're gonna end up doing an H-brace right here and an H-brace on the other side, but I'm gonna go ahead and run the string line. I'm gonna create a center point where I think it's in the middle. It is gonna have a slight curve to it because there is a slight curve in the driveway. That's gonna do it for today. I don't know if I told y'all or not, but I took a half day today, so it's actually Friday. But I was able to get everything marked, all my string line set. Got the rest of our top rail done today. As the planes fly over us, I am going to call it a night and go in and relieve my wife so she can go to work. But man, look at that. It's gonna be a pretty sunset. But we will see y'all bright and early in the morning, where we will have something to do tomorrow. Hey, so next day here, I woke up in the middle of the morning to my youngest daughter throwing a fit because she is running a fever, which is comical because my oldest daughter had just gotten over all of this fever and missed a whole week of school. So we are in crisis mode here, and then my wife shows up from work and she's also sick. So it's a little bit later in the day. I'm glad and happy to be able to take care of them this morning and make sure that they're okay, but everybody's kind of taking naps, kind of resting. So I decided to come out here and get some work done. All of the holes are marked to be cut like we showed yesterday, but today, what I do need to do though is get all of the pipe that we're gonna be putting in those holes cut and ready to go. I counted, I need 15 pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'll pull them over here into the shop just to get them out of the wind, and we will get them cut and start stacking up our pile of pieces that we need to put in the ground.
now that we got these cut, we're gonna go ahead and take them to where they're gonna be and just lay them out so we make sure that we have enough. Also, I had to reset the string line because one of the two K9s on my property decided it would be a great idea to chew wood on the side. So, also, I'm going to be making some adjustments. I originally thought I was going to put a gate over there by the business to the shop, but through further consideration, aka my wife and I discussing it, we're going to end up putting the gate on the side. So I'm going to remark some of the holes over here just to give us a better layout for what we need. So this is what I like to call the odd jobs phase of doing anything that I do. It takes a lot longer than just having a simple task like welding top rail. I can get it all done. I can work 8 hours a day, get it done. But there are so many little projects that need to get done here and there that it's gonna be super jumpy. I probably worked for 2 or 3 hours today, as you saw cutting this pipe and laying it out. But in the meantime, we will see y'all another day. Hopefully, I can get a little bit done tomorrow, because if not, it will probably be another week or so before I can work on the fence. But you know, we just do things as we can here. Luckily, I live in Texas. Today was 80 degrees, and it's the end of November. Thanksgiving week is coming up here. So luckily for us, we are blessed with good weather down here, so we're not too cold, so I can continue to work. But we will see you another day.
It is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and the cold weather has hit us in Texas. It is a balmy 35 degrees outside, and we got a little bit of work to do today. I think what I'm gonna get done is I'm gonna start working on the T-posts that are on that front fence. I am getting the tractor today as well, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to run it today. It may be something we do tomorrow or something we do next weekend, but we will see how much we get done today. I'm thinking I can at least wrap up the rest of this video with how much we need to get done today. Let's go ahead, and I was just grabbing a couple things I needed out of the shop, and then we'll go and jump in the truck and start distributing out those T-posts. All right, so as you can see yesterday, I ran into Tractor Supply and grabbed all of my T-posts, and I went ahead and grabbed my barbed wire too. It was actually Black Friday yesterday, so I was able to get it on a pretty decent sale. I also picked up my fence roller. It goes in the tailgate of the truck, which is nice. But I grabbed that from my father-in-law's house. It's been there since the last time we built fence. But I need to grab this guy. This is my extra from the last time I built fence. That needs to go on here. That should be enough fence. Got my T-post driver. We're gonna go ahead, start laying out our fence down the way.
All right, now that I got all these laid out, we're gonna go ahead and start to set them. I'm keeping in mind that our posts are not set yet, so I went ahead and omitted the first T-post, and once we get the holes dug and the pipe set, then we can kind of set that in the middle of where our T-posts are set and where our holes are set. Or at least that's the logic that I have with it.
All right, now that we got these posts set, they're all just started. So I've actually got a piece of pipe that I cut when I built all of my connecting fence out there in the pasture. That is the exact height that I need it to be. So I've got to go get the tractor from my father-in-law's house. I'm actually gonna drive it back over here since I don't have my trailer and truck. But we're gonna go get that so we can come and we'll put that sleeve over the top of this and just push down with the bucket of the tractor, and it pushes it down to the height that we need it to be. And then while we're out, or while we got it, we've got to get the auger put on the tractor. All right, we're over here at my father-in-law's picking up the tractor. I've got to disconnect that mower deck, and we got to go out and find the auger. Pretty sure it's out in the back pasture, so bear with me while I do that real quick. Shaft is kind of caught up, so we're gonna take it back up to the shop and see if we can get greased up and knocked loose. All right, we are operational. I had to grease everything up. It was seized up. But we're gonna go ahead and make the probably 20-25 minute trip back to my house from here. You know, I sold my diesel truck about 3 years ago to help start paying for the house, and I'm missing it right now because there's a trailer over there that tractor fits on. That would be great if I could just hook up and go to it, but I can't pull it with my truck, so. Anyways, let's go ahead and head that way. This is the part of the video where it gets really jumpy because I've got to go get ready to take my daughter to her surprise Disney on Ice. It's gonna be so fun. She's gonna love it. But we got the tractor back at the house and we will be able to jump into this maybe when we get back. Just like that, it is the end of another day. It got dark on me pretty quick there, but I was able to get 95% of those T-posts driven. We obviously have the 2 on the ends that I don't want to set until we get our metal post set in. Just if we had to make an adjustment in angle, we could do it there and just kind of take the harshness out of it if we have to. And then there was one, I don't know if you saw it in the time lapse, I hit on that thing and pulled it out and hit on it again, probably 2 or 3 different times. But I think there's a rock down there that I broke open, and it's either, it's making the T-post either go in and turn directly left or go in and turn directly right. So I'll probably have to bust the hammer drill out and drill a hole down in that one before I get that one set. But other than that, I think it was a productive couple hours here. I got off of work 2 hours ago, and here we are in the complete darkness. Luckily we have the shop here so we can film an outro. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope that the time lapses I've been putting up are informative enough for you to want to watch. I appreciate the feedback I've been getting in the last couple videos. If anything, I can encourage people to try stuff that they've never tried before. I've obviously built fence before, but I started somewhere. So take those chances, do things for yourself, save yourself some money, and reinvest it back in your farm. But with that being said, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and don't get caught at the crossroads. We'll see you.